Hello again, it's Tanya from Tinkerin' in Ink with Tanya, and this is another project that I made for Display Stamper. I'm going to show you how I did this ghosting technique. It's actually quite easy. I'm using the Message in a Bottle stamp set that'll be coming out in the June 2017-2018 Stampin' Up! Catalog, and I have to tell you, I had a really hard time not using it for all of my samples. I just love it. It's got this really cute octopus, a whale, an adorable little mermaid. Whoops, sorry, let's get that on screen. And a whole bunch of other awesome images. Let's get started. We're going to need some of the glossy cardstock that we're getting back in the catalog. We had it once upon a time, now we have it again. And this is Tranquil Tide cardstock. So this one is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And this will be the matte behind it. So that one is 4 by 5 1/4. And then we'll put it on a standard A2 card base. There's also a scrap of vellum and a piece of the Tranquil Tide to make the little banners. All right. So to do the technique, it's as easy as stamping your image in Versamark all over the card. So with glossy, it's a little slippery. Not as much as acetate, but it is possible to slide all over. I wouldn't call this a random pattern, but I am doing a pattern on here with the little octopi. Can you see them? Let's see. A little bit. All right, now for the magic. Take my Tranquil Tide ink and a sponge, and I'm just going to start off of the paper and sponge. See how the octopus is starting to come through? You are going to get inky. Sorry. And the harder you rub, the more it resists, if that makes any sense. It gets more smooth. And I should be being more careful about starting off of the paper, because you can see how the speckles show up with the more concentrated area. And if you have blemishes on your glossy cardstock, you're going to get a different effect. I didn't mind it. I had a piece that was a little beat up that I was practicing on. I actually had some old glossy cardstock. There, and it kind of looks wavy. I'm going to rub it with my clean cloth to take off any extra. Okay, it's kind of clean. Nothing's wet on it yet. This is what I use to clean my stamps and dab water off my watercolor stuff. All right, that is dry. I didn't get terribly inky. All right, the next step is we're going to stamp some little hearts directly on here, full strength. This image is in the stamp set also. Again, got to be careful you don't slide around. Oops, partial image. Do I try to fix it? Yeah, there, that worked. All right, that part is done. And I have to clean or I will make a mess. So next we're going to take our, nope, not that piece, this piece and this piece, because we want to do our little sentiment banners. This one's getting heat embossed in white, and this one will stamp in the Tranquil Tides and then use clear embossing powder to get that image. And I like to start with a bigger piece and then trim down, because you never know. It's a lot easier to trim down than it is to try and work with a tiny piece. No, that one had a scrape on it on that side. We'll use the other side. So I'm not really using my grid paper. I'm just lining this up with, oh yeah, I want a little space for a tail. Okay. With the bottom edge of the paper, you can see I may have bounced that Y. I'm not going to worry about it. And then this is the white embossing powder. We'll sprinkle that on. Maybe I can fix that Y. Okay, you don't really want to watch me try to fix that. You can, I've taken my paper piercer. Oh, there's a little pin on my desk. I can try that. Okay, sorry. You're going to watch me fix this. Just because I don't want to restamp it. Guess what? It'd probably take less time to just restamp it, wouldn't it? Good heavens, huh? Well, that doesn't look too bad. Okay, as long as we're doing our embossing, let's stamp the "a lot" on a piece of vellum. Versamark. And I know this is a really wide piece. That's okay. Oh, I was going to do that in Tranquil Twide. Yeah, Paying attention, aren't I? Take 2. All right. And then my clear embossing powder. May as well emboss them both, right? And my cardboard that I use so I don't burn my fingers. You guys will have to tell me if you want me to start skipping through the embossing. It takes some time. You know, I'm going to have to restamp that. I don't think you want to watch me do that, though. What did I do with that? Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, heat set the better one. Don't you just love watching someone else mess up? There, that looks pretty. Wipe off the emboss. Oh, yeah. That was good. See, that's what happens when you don't wait until it's cooled. You smear your embossing powder. Yep. I think there's going to be a whole lot of editing on this one. All right. Okay, I took a moment to get a good image done. Now we're going to trim those off. Yes, this is not Stampin' Up. I have a Stampin' Up guillotine that I like to use the most, but that is too big to put under this camera. So I just trim that off. See how slick that is? Everything's nice and straight. And I'll trim. Maybe you can see better. Can't see it really. Anyway, take my word for it. I trim it off like so. And then we're going to take some dimensionals and put on the back of there. That's what the edge strips are for, right? Oops, I forgot to do the end. Okay, I still have the 1-inch square punch, and I love it. I use it all the time, and I hope you have it too, since I can't sell it to you. Okay, dimensionals. Pick a spot. I don't want to cut off that little octopus's head, so here we go. Ooh. And I'm crooked. And I might mention that the glossy cardstock really likes adhesive. Like, really. Once you stick something on there, it wants to stay there for life. And then, I know the stapler's going away, but staplers still exist. Okay. Then, we'll adhere this to our mat. Use whatever you like. I'm going to use some Fast Fuse. This stuff is awesome. And especially with that staple on there. Okay. Center that on our mat. Ouch. Stick yourself with a pin. Then here's the card base. We'll stick this on, again with some Fast Fuse, and I forgot to do my check mark. Try to get to the center of the frame here. I do a lot of eyeballing. There we go. And that's the outside of the card. We should really put something on the inside too. I think we need a little octopus. Let's stamp him off. And he's going to hang out in the corner. And I think I'm going to say I love you on the inside. And let's clean a block so we can use it. I think we need some black. When I made this for the display board, it was a card front, so there was no inside to decorate. I just re-inked my black. So it might be a little, oh, it did well. You know what, I totally stamped that off screen. Sorry, guys. So that's the finished card. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you are checking out all of the blog posts for this 10 days of display stamper stuff with the Artisan Design team. Come back again soon. Bye-bye.